Now, the High Court in Hong Kong has found 14 pro-democracy activists guilty of subversion for staging informal primary contests ahead of local elections. 2 others were acquitted, while 31 defendants had already pleaded guilty. It's been described as the biggest crackdown under the sweeping national security law imposed by Beijing. Let's speak to our reporter Martin Yip. Tell us first of all about these subversion charges and what they mean.
Yes, so the court has found these 14 people guilty this morning. The reasoning is that, according to the prosecutors at least, when they organized this unofficial primary election back in 2020, they had a plan to try to force the government to listen to their political demands when they would ever be elected to the Legislative Council, Hong Kong's mini parliament, by vetoing every single budget plans that the government would submit. And the judge finds that if this would ever be put into reality, that might cause severe interruption to the government's ability to rule, and the chief executive might be forced to resign because of what is written in Hong Kong's mini constitutional basic law after several attempts failing to pass certain bills. So that would create a constitutional crisis in Hong Kong, and therefore the panel of 3 judges found them guilty for subversion.
And what can we expect from the sentences?
In terms of sentences, there's not something we could answer in the immediate future, but what's going to happen is in less than 30 minutes time, 25 minutes from now, the court will resume again, and you can see that the police build-up has returned just behind the camera. So once they return, we might expect the court to discuss, first of all, those defendants who've been released on bail, would they still be given bail to wait for their sentences? And the next thing would be the mitigation procedure. It's up to the court to say when would they want to begin with that. What is meant by mitigation is still something that was left behind by the English law, the English legal system, that the defendants who've been found guilty now could still enter their plea to persuade the court to give them a more lenient sentencing. They can try to convince the court why they should get a lighter jail term, for example. After that, you would hear the actual sentencing from the judge, but all these, we don't have a timetable at this very moment.
And what do you think the overall effect will be on the pro-democracy movement of court cases like this?
Well, in one sense, the pro-democracy movement has pretty much disappeared from Hong Kong's political scene. It's not that they have all been relinquished. There are still political parties that are promoting the idea of democracy, just that they have no representation in any of Hong Kong's councils, not the mini parliament, the Legislative Council, nor any district council. So all they could do are like activism, and it would be limited under the national security law imposed by Beijing, as well as the most recent national security ordinance passed by Hong Kong's own legislature. So they will have to work under those rules to try to get their voice heard, but they are definitely kept away. They have definitely been kept away from the mini parliament.
Martin Yip, thank you very much indeed.